before it comes out, because it already projects him as a Jana Nayagan, which is a people's leader, and him entering politics at a time when Tamil Nadu election is going on, and Tamil Nadu itself has been a state around movies, and messaging has always been done through movies, and this is also one thing that has got that momentum for Vijay. Now we'll have to wait and watch when he releases, but with the Madras Court directors of giving them UA Plus certificate, it looks like it will be coming out very soon.
Well, thank you, Vijay, for in fact joining us with all those details. Well, that's all in this edition of the Bulletin. Stay tuned to News 9 for further news updates.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9, English news as it should be.
जब विकास जी के लिवर का ऑपरेशन हुआ तो पॉलिसी बाजार की टीम ने हॉस्पिटल पहुंचकर 50 लाख रुपए का क्लेम अप्रूव करवाने में पूरी हेल्प की। पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 550 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
When drinking water turns deadly, it demands answers.
What is really going on there?
News9 brings you
Imagine water that you drink.
contaminated drinking water in Indore, revealing a disturbing link to at least 15 reported deaths.
Typhoid outbreak in tribal areas. 104 patients.
After 15 people were killed.
Foul, frothy water from taps.
You would assume it's safe, it turned deadly.
How is that happening?
Different cities. One national crisis. Bharat. Quest for clean water. News 9. In your interest. This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9, English news as it should be.
Alright, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You have tuned into News9 and you're watching it with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria, cutting across to the live visuals coming in as far as the Madras High Court's direction over the CBFC certificate issuance to Thalapathy Vijay's last film, Jana Nayagan, is concerned. Remember, the film has not got the certification yet. It was supposed to be released today across globally, but it could not because of no certificates issuance from the CBFC. Now, Madras High Court is all slated to give the direction to the CBFC regards to the certificate for the film. Right now, no further release date has been announced by the producer. It is also awaited. Now, also let's take a look at the top headlines of the hour. 8 Trinamool Congress MPs, including Mahua Moitra and Kirti Azad, staged dharna outside Home Minister Amit Shah's office in Delhi to protest against the centre. The protesting MPs later detained by the Delhi police.
ED कल बंगाल में आके हमारा पॉलिटिकल ऑफिस में आके हमारा
Bangladesh temporarily suspends visa services at its key missions in India, cites security concerns. Bangladesh Cricket Board writes second letter to ICC citing specific security concerns over travel to India for T20 World Cup, reiterates demands to relocate matches to Sri Lanka. Big update for Talapati Vijay star Jana Nayagan. Madras High Court has now directed CBFC to issue UNA certificate for Jana Nayagan movie forthwith. Internet blackout grips Iran as large nationwide anti-government protests continue. Thousands of protesters take to the streets in Dardasht, eastern Tehran. More updates from Iran. 45 protesters have been killed as nationwide anti-government demonstrations intensify over Iran's deepening economic crisis. Many parts of the country set on fire in protest against the regime. As protests in Iran escalate, Iranians rip the national flag in half to protest economic hardship. Protesters take to the streets, raising slogans across the country. Amid the ongoing cold waves, dense fog engulfs national capital. Delhi records the coldest day of 2026 and continues to shiver as the temperatures plunge to 4.6 degrees Celsius. Alright, some big updates coming in. We were just speaking about Madras High Court's direction. Now a big relief for Talapati Vijay's last film as an actor, Jana Nayagan. Big relief has come to him. Madras High Court has directed CBFC to issue UNA certificate for the film forthwith. Pulls up the CBFC as well, says chairperson's order is beyond jurisdiction. Certainly something that the filmmakers and Vijay have been waiting for, just to get some sort of clarity over the certification issuance. The movie was supposed to be released today across the globe, but it could not, as the certification procedure got delayed, also without any given reason. Now, court has said that since the order is without jurisdiction, the court, using inherent powers, can modify the relief for the actor and the filmmakers. They have set aside the letter of the CBFC chairperson sending the movie to review committee. The court has asked CBFC to issue the certificate forthwith, and the category has to be UNA. Madras High Court also directed the CBFC that once the modifications recommended by the committee is carried out, the certificate would automatically follow. Details on a different date of the release of the film globally is awaited, but reportedly the filmmakers are now planning to release the film on or around 26th of January, since the Pongal's timeline has now been skipped. Big relief for Talapati Vijay's film Jana Nayagan. We are trying to collect more details on the story. It's a developing story. The direction has just come out. We just received this big breaking news coming in from the Madras High Court, directing CBFC to now issue the UNA certificate for the film. Some reactions also coming in. Let's take a look.
To the chairperson to review the movie again. The after Kudu winner, most of the Kudu winner, the censor board Kudu winner, recommendation. After the giving recommendation, there is no jurisdiction to the chairperson. Therefore, to set aside the order passed by the chairperson and directed to the issue certificate to the film.
My colleague Vagis is joining us here on phone line to provide us more details with regards to this big breaking news of the hour coming in. A big relief, Vagis, certainly for Thalapathy Vijay and the filmmakers of Jana Nayagan. Although we are still unclear about what exactly the delay was about. The film was supposed to be released today globally, and the filmmakers will have to sustain some of the losses in terms of the finances. But what is going to be the next window that they are looking at?
As of now, what we understand is that the court had in fact come out against the CBFC that asked that why the certification was not given, despite the recommendation for creating, or rather the cuts that were in fact proposed in that film, and despite the makers complying with it, what led to the certification not being given. Interestingly enough, also the arguments pointed out that in the 5-member committee, 4 people had agreed to give UA. Only one person had a problem giving the certification, and therefore had proposed it to be reviewed by a larger committee. And therefore the argument was that the intention was not about the cuts in the film, but rather to delay its release. And as we all know that this is supposed to be Thalapathy Vijay's last film, and it is a film before he bids adieu to this career as he jumpstarts the political career in, and therefore this is considered to be one of the biggest grosses that could in fact come in, seeing as a last film of the actor. But however, as of now, it had been lying with the censor board, and there was a lot of issues with regard to the date. Earlier, they said that Jan 9th would be the time period in which the film will be released, and during that time it was also said that they were eyeing for the Pongal release. And Pongal release is a very important time frame in which Tamil movies do release, because it's considered as the festive period during which you have several of these releases happening. And a Pongal blockbuster is what they would be in fact looking at. Most of the releases do in fact take up this particular time, and therefore this was also considered as to be one of the time periods in which the release was to be considered. But here we can see that the court did in fact take up the case as from the appeal from the petition filed by the makers of Jana Nayagan, and the court said that the UA has to be in fact granted forthwith, and therefore questions were in fact raised with regard to this certification within the CBFC, and now information also coming in that the censor board might in fact go ahead and go for the appeal. However, the legal wing of the TVK has in fact said that they are ready to face anything with regard to it, and they have also said that this is an attempt politically trying to derail the last release of the film. So the CBFC becoming quite in a situation where they are likely to in fact raise the matter again. The Madras High Court has in fact pulled up the CBFC on this, and it has said that the chairperson's order is without jurisdiction, and therefore it cannot be held, the film cannot be held hostage, and therefore despite all the compliance that has been put in, why the certification has not been made is a big question that has been asked to the CBFC. The HC also in fact went on to say that certificate should have been given after the modifications that have been put in place by the CBFC was carried out, and what we understand right now is that the makers are also mulling at probably newer dates, and they want it very close to the Pongal festivities, as they see that as the right moment. So right now all eyes are on the makers of the film, and probably the release date as well.
Absolutely. Vagis, please stay with me. We have got a couple of more reactions coming in on the same matter. Let's hear all of them first, and then I'll come back to you.
Genuinely, we are doing everything, sir, because the movie is not screening, means the amount is worth each fans, so that they are refunding the amount, sir. As soon as the movie will come into the screen, again the Jana Nayagan movie will overcome to everything.
Vagis, reportedly there were some of the cuts which were suggested by the CBFC to the filmmakers, which were already done in the final footage of the film, which was supposed to be played from today onwards in the theatres. Apart from that, we are hearing that CBFC have suggested a couple of more cuts, and because of the delay in that, the ultimate issuance of the certificate to the film got delayed.
Well, as I said, when the committee, in fact, after the cuts, there were 5-member committee, and that 4 had already given their go-ahead for it, and that one person is the one of the committee member is the one who, in fact, went ahead with the delay, saying that it has to be referred to a larger bench, and that is where, in fact, it got stuck. Now, the majority of the committee has given the UA certification. The question about the one person trying to get it for certification again was something that was being challenged on the grounds. That was one of the arguments put forward by the TVK's legal wing as well on the film. Now, what we understand is that after the modifications had happened, the certificate should have automatically followed, and the court also said that the complaint's grievance appears to be an afterthought with regard to it, and entertaining such complaints would give rise to dangerous trend. That is to say that the CBFC would have to do its duty as it is, and that the film shouldn't be seeking court's approval to get things done, and that is the kind of criticism that the CBFC has in fact put out in. Now, the film itself is said to be one of those, as the name suggests, Jana Nayagan is supposed to have political overtones with it, saying that the leader of the people, and therefore seen as the big political, the film splash before the political career that Vijay is expected to step in. So clearly, a lot of politics are also involving in the release as well. But for a lot of Vijay fans, they had been waiting for this Pongal release, and now it seems that they are related that the certification would come in, but the only question is when the dates would be for this release.
Speaking about the legal matter over the issuance of the certificate to film Jana Nayagan, Varghese, we've got the big breaking news now coming in. Some latest updates now trickling in. CBFC has challenged the Madras High Court's Jana Nayagan order, and CBFC has now planned to move High Court against censor certificate order. CBFC seeks urgent hearing against UNA certification for film Jana Nayagan. A lot of controversy, a lot of drama unfolding as we speak about the issuance of a certificate to a film which is supposed to be Talapati Vijay's last film before he completely takes over the political arena and also focuses on the upcoming elections in the state. The film, remember, ladies and gentlemen, for those who've just joined us, let me again tell you that the film was supposed to be released today, 9th of January of 2026, around the Pongal festivities. It's a very crucial time, like my colleague Varghese has already suggested, that this festival is very important for the people of Tamil Nadu, and accordingly, the release date was planned around that festival, but it could not happen because of the delayment in the issuance of the certificate to the film by the CBFC. And now the entire matter has reached the court, and a lot of drama is unfolding with each passing minute over it. My colleague Vijay is also here with us on the broadcast to provide us more context. Vijay, this is the latest update now. CBFC is planning to take it forward. They are not very pleased with the kind of direction which has been given by the Madras High Court to them regarding the UNA certification to be given to Jana Nayagan.
Absolutely, Sakshi. Looks like there is no end to the entire controversy. Sakshi, our correspondent, is sending us all these information from the court, and she says now that the Additional Solicitor General A.R. Sundarasan, who's representing the CBFC under the direction of the chairman, has now mentioned it against this entire verdict and has knocked the door of the Chief Justice Mahendra Mohan Srivastav for an urgent hearing on this entire writ petition on the verdict that was passed by PT Asha's order. Now it looks like that the CBFC is also going to challenge this verdict against the UA plus certificate that the court had just ordered a few minutes ago. In fact, 30 minutes ago, this order had come out, and now you want an urgent appeal against it, keeping in mind that the court had also observed that 4 out of the 5 CBFC observers had given a go-ahead, while there was one, and I'd also called it an afterthought that became on the 5th of January. So it looks like that the controversy is going to be stretched, and now with this urgent hearing, the release date of the Jana Nayagan, the movie that was much awaited by fans in Tamil Nadu, will now get extended beyond the festive season, because this was one date that was decided for the release. But now with this urgent hearing being lined up, and the CJ has also accepted the fact that he will take it further. So it looks like the fans will have to wait. But what it also indicates is that the momentum that the movie wants has now been created, and actor Vijay, who's entering politics with this, will get a boost to say to his fans that how there are people against him in this entire journey of his when he's trying to enter politics and do something good for the people. So this may backfire the CBFC or may backfire Vijay. That only time will tell us now. But this latest information that we have got with regards to how there is an urgent hearing being appealed by the CBFC indicates that the controversy is nowhere going to end now.
There was anyways a lot of anticipation, and a lot of hype around this film. We saw the audio launch event happening there in Malaysia. We saw big grand events happening before, the release of the film. Now with this controversy happening over the issuance of the certificate to the film, don't you think the hype is going to get even much bigger, which is ultimately going to benefit Vijay in the upcoming elections of the state?
Absolutely, Sakshi. There is no denying to that, because keeping in mind how Vijay had announced this to be his last film before he enters politics, and how the whole concept of that film, calling itself Jana Nayagan, which is people's leader, trying to indicate that he is the leader, trying to indicate that he is entering the political fray, and now with the CBFC trying to stop it, and then the court hearing which gives the direction to the CBFC that you can release it under the UA direction, also observing that this is the afterthought of the CBFC. All this plays into Vijay's kitty as we speak, because we may have to see what the CBFC wants to say, because they're already waiting for the court order as we speak, because in the bite that Chakravarti, the lawyers of the Vijay's team, had said that they are waiting for the court order to see what further action can be done. But before that, we've seen how the CBFC again went to the Madras High Court to another judge appealing for urgent hearing. So this controversy is nowhere going to end. And when it comes to film, you also know it really well. Good publicity, bad publicity is going to add fuel to the momentum of the film, to the actor, and with the actor now entering politics, it helps him to create that image around him, that how he's been attacked, how he was targeted, his films were targeted even before he entered politics, and this is an indication that they are fearing him. So he can play all kinds of narratives now, and good publicity, bad publicity works for both of them.
Also, we heard a lot of political voices coming out in support of, Jana Nayagan and also Talapati Vijay. I want to understand from you what exactly the other political party who are currently in the fray for the upcoming elections of Tamil Nadu are going to gain from this controversy.
Well, the person who is going to gain the most is Vijay, and the parties who will side with Vijay in this, who will support Vijay in this and say that whatever happened to him is something wrong and should not have happened. It is just a movie and it should have been released. But now with that not being allowed, it clearly gives an indication that there are forces within the political spectrum who are against it. Now, the BJP has washed his hands, saying that they have nothing to do with this entire controversy, while you have to understand that there are other players also in the political spray of Tamil Nadu. How do they react to this entire thing is something we'll have to wait and watch, because they will also not try to dent the ongoing controversy and go against Vijay, because that may backfire, keeping in mind that Vijay has a massive following in Tamil Nadu. He is the superstar. He is Talapati, which is another title that is also given to Rajnikant, and Rajnikant himself was a bigger is a big superstar, not just in Tamil Nadu but across. But Vijay seems to be the next coming star in Tamil Nadu, and now political parties somewhere or the other have sided with him, also shown him sympathy after the Karur stampede also, and how they believe that he was targeted. And now with this movie release, it is just going to add momentum to him. You might see a lot of, we've also heard rumblings within the political circles over there that it is better to side with Vijay than to side with the AIDMK or the DMK, keeping in mind the momentum that he has been creating in Tamil Nadu, the waves that he's been creating, and also keeping in mind that he already has the popularity that he needs as a superstar. And Tamil Nadu, mind you, Sakshi, has always been a state where films have influenced people, be it the older superstar, Stalin has been an actor, Udayanidhi Stalin has been an actor, his Karunanidhi has written for movies, and they've used cinema as one of the biggest mediums to push their narrative in the masses, and that has worked really well, and that they have also been able to establish the Dravidian ideology within the masses because of these movies. And now Vijay also has used the same tool in the same state where movies work, and now the CBFC trying to bring hurdles to it will only add to his own favor.
Absolutely, Vijay, very correctly mentioned. I also strongly believe that the political chord is now going to, witness some sort of a shift in the tonality, because till now we've been speaking about, the Stampede tragedy. We've been speaking about law and order taking a toll there in the state, and of course how the audio launch event was chosen for the overseas and not for the India. But all of a sudden now we will look at maybe I'm jumping the guns here, but we will look at the victim card being played in front of the people.
Absolutely. The victim card is the next big card that he has right now in his kitty, because he has the Karur tragedy to speak about it, saying that despite the fact that he asked for security, he asked for all of this, things didn't turn up, knowing that he also arrived late to that particular event, which resulted in the death of people. But even after that, you had people in Karur supporting him, telling that what could he do. People went mad realizing a star over there. Now this entire film controversy that has come out, and with the court already giving a verdict that I should give a UA certificate, observing the fact that 4 out of the 5 observers in the film who reviewed the film have given a go-ahead, and there is still, and then calling it an afterthought, and now this entire delay. And Tamil Nadu, mind you, is a state that stays attentive to all these nitty-gritties that go around politics that is played around with regards to movies, with regards to the superstar, and they observe all of this, and this may just backfire the opponents who've been trying to stop the movie, and may add as a benefit to Vijay, keeping in mind that he already has a fund. You can see these visuals of them already distributing sweets, and now the CBFC going against that entire verdict will not only backfire the CBFC, but those political people who are trying to put an end to it. And this may just benefit Vijay, for all you know.
While we are speaking, Vajula, I am looking at several tweets being made in favor of Jana Nayagan, in favor of, Vijay. So something that we have been speaking about just right now, about that shift in tonality, it is already there. I'm already witnessing it on my social media, and like you have already said that the celebratory shots are already coming out. These are the visuals that we have picked up right outside of the Madras High Court. The supporters of Thalapathy Vijay and also of the TVK are already distributing sweets. They have the posters in their hand and they are doing some sort of sloganeering. We are unable to hear it, but they are extremely happy that such a direction has been given by Madras High Court, although the matter is not solved yet. It is going to go forward as the CBFC has made its intentions regarding the issuance of the certificate for the film very, very clear. So the pressure is not completely off the shoulders, and we are also waiting for any new release date to be announced by the producers, by the filmmakers, by Vijay himself. But reportedly it is going to be somewhere around January 26, if not sooner or later. Vajula, coming back to you, I also am very interested to know if anybody from the film fraternity has come out in support of Thalapathy Vijay and this entire controversy which has been going on around CBFC certificate issuance.
Well, I have just read a tweet of Shantanu. He is an actor in Tamil Nadu, and he has said that it's heartbroken to see what is happening around Jana Nayagan release. Then Karthi Chidambaram of the Congress has also spoken with regards to this entire controversy, and has also gone on to say somewhere the Congress is also, who is a DMK ally, has also jumped the ship and said that what is happening with Vijay is very uncalled for. So you are seeing a lot of support that is coming towards Thalapathy Vijay, and it is going to gain momentum in the coming few hours, because the verdict was already given by the Madras High Court to give them a UA certification. And now the CBFC going against that verdict and challenging and asking for an urgent hearing. That has already caught the attention of the people. People have been waiting. They knew that the verdict was going to come at 10:30. They were glued to the screens to find out, fans especially, and fans of Thalapathy Vijay are in crores. He himself has a massive following. He himself has been updating. And now with this party also gaining that momentum on the ground, with the other controversies that have gone around him, stars have also supported him, coming out and standing with him and showing that solidarity, that what is happening is somewhere or the other a political vendetta against a media strategist have written, saying that one of them is Sanjeev Sada Gopalan, who said minutes after the single judge clearing Jana Nayagan appeal by the CG bench against the single bench judge. So clearly people are observing, people are tweeting, people are writing about it, and it's only going to gain momentum, Sakshi, in the coming few minutes and hours.
Absolutely, Vajula, but don't you think that a film should be seen only through the lens of entertainment? And sadly, this film, which is the last film of Thalapathy Vijay as an actor, which should have been an ode to the people of Tamil Nadu, has tragically got gripped by politics and controversies. All right, Vajula, I am hearing the cues here. Unfortunately, we have completely run out of time on this chat here. I'll come back to you to track some more developments coming in from Madras High Court over the issuance of the certificate to the film. But right now, we have to shift our focus. A Paralympian who brought honor for his country but still has no roof to call his own. This is an eye-opening story of R. Prasad, who won a silver medal at Los Angeles Paralympics 2015. A Paralympic son and his father's prayer. 44-year-old R. Prasad is a Paralympian, a silver medalist, like I said, at the Los Angeles Paralympics of 2015.
A Paralympic son and his father's prayer. 44-year-old R. Prasad is a Paralympian, a silver medalist at the Los Angeles Paralympics 2015. Prasad, differently abled, works as a housekeeping staff to make ends meet for his father, mother, and him. And at the now occasional interviews, his medal still adorns his neck with pride.
आप करते क्या है अभी?
हाउसकीपिंग कर
आप हाउसकीपिंग का जॉब करते हैं. Imagine a silver medalist in an international event in Olympics is working as a housekeeping staff right now.
5 साल का हाउसकीपिंग करता.
5 साल से आप हाउसकीपिंग कर रहे हैं. आपके फादर आपके लिए इतना सब किया, आपको कैसा लगता है?
अच्छा है. जिंदगी ऐसा चलता है.
He's smiling despite that. मैं आपके हौसला के बारे में क्या ही बोल सकता हूँ. It is seriously something that the government should now really look into. He really deserves a house somewhere, we all believe, because he's got you a silver medal and they're both happily smiling and telling their problems.
The man behind Prasad's dream of being a sports person is his 44-year-old father, Ramu. He sold clothes, cycling across neighborhoods, his mere earnings set aside for his son's future. His hard work and prayers paid off, but one remains. A home his son can call his. For now, this 1 BHK home at a rent of 9,500 rupees a month is what they call theirs. They rent too hard for them to bear.
मैं 5 years back अप्लाई किया है घर के लिए, राजीव गांधी स्कीम. उन्होंने एक साल में आपको दे देंगे करके बोलता था. अभी 5 साल हो रहा है, मेरे को घर नहीं मिल रहा है. मेरा लड़का डिसेबल है, मेरा एज आके 68 years हो रहा है. मैं मरने का पहले उसको एक घर दिलाना, प्लस ये स्टेट लेवल, नेशनल लेवल, इंटरनेशनल लेवल स्पोर्ट्स किया है. 2015 में यूएसए गया है, सेकंड प्राइज में आया है. 2006 में मलेशिया गया है वर्ल्ड गेम में. इतना हम करता है, इतना कर गया, हमारा को कुछ काम नहीं दिया. अभी तक कौन सा बेनिफिट नहीं मिल रहा है गवर्नमेंट से. प्लस मैं साइकिल में कपड़ा बेच के 40-35 years से कपड़ा बेच के इसकी मैं जिंदगी मेरा चल रहा है.
आप साइकिल में कपड़ा बेच के?
अभी भी मैं साइकिल में कपड़ा बेच रहा हूँ.
अच्छा.
Still I am doing my business from cycling.
All right. Okay.
घूम के साइकिल में घूम के मेरा बिजनेस करना है.
अच्छा.
वो बिजनेस में करने के लिए इतना लाया है. इसको पीछे में रहा है.
So that means whatever you earned throughout your life, you spent on his achievements.
Yeah. All my life is gone to my son. I am doing. मेरा सभी इसके लिए, मेरा जिंदगी सभी इसके करके ऐसा लाया है. फिर भी मेरे को इधर रह के, हम कर्नाटक में रह के, सब रह के मेरे को कुछ भी बेनिफिट नहीं मिल रहा.
And this is the Olympic silver medal that he's holding. Silver medal, right? Silver medal for handball. This is in